Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things for people to consider when they are planning to immigrate to another country from their home country. So if you are interested in this topic, stick around until the end. First of all, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. The reason I make immigration videos is because I have personally gone through both the immigration systems, for Canada as well as for United States. So I have a unique perspective which I can offer to my subscribers based on my personal experience and knowledge. So I often get questions from my subscribers on my YouTube channel as well as on my email whether they should immigrate to a different country. Is it worth it? Or is it too late in their career? Some are in their 20s, some are in their 30s and 40s and so on. And every situation is unique. It is much easier to immigrate when you are in your 20s, you have lesser obligations. Obviously you don't have much money, but you have the freedom in the sense that you probably don't have a family yet, such as spouse or children. So in that situation, it's much easier to start your career into a new country. But as you grow older, things change. But there are some hidden facts that only somebody experienced who has gone through the immigration process will be able to tell you. And I'm going to tell you some hidden facts that you should consider before immigrating to a new country, especially when you are in your 40s and 50s. Stick around until the end because I'm going to tell you a very unique thing that anybody would hardly ever tell you about in regards to immigration from one country to another. So let's get started. Number one is, what is the exact reason that you want to immigrate from your home country? First of all, I want to categorize these things to consider within two different categories. One is non-material aspects, things to consider, and those that are material things to consider. I'll give you an example. The first three things would be non-material things. So let's start with the number one. The first thing to consider is you should ask yourself a question. What is the main reason you want to immigrate to a different country than your current country? The reasons could be different. Better quality of life, better education, better job prospects, if you want to earn more money than you are earning currently, or just you want to run away from the problems that you are currently facing in your home country. And I can tell you right now, the last one is not the reason to immigrate. So that is the number one thing to consider. What is your real reason? Then you can think about, can you change some things in your current situation that will eliminate this reason to move to another country? Because if you can do that, that is the much preferred way, especially when you are in your late 40s and 50s. So that's number one. Second, and this is very important, when you are in your late 30s, 40s, or even close to 50, now that you know why you are considering immigrating to a new country, you need to ask yourself, how much is your desire? What I mean by that is, how much effort and time are you willing to put in to make this happen? This is very important because nowadays none of the immigration processes are simple and straightforward. Back in the days when I immigrated, the process for immigration for US or Canada was very simple. When I immigrated to Canada, there was no express entry. I just submitted the documentation and waited for a year and a half and I got my approval in the mail. It was that simple. But now things have changed. So you need to ask yourself, how much are you willing to spend time and money, and also what is your motivation level to immigrate to the new country? So that will give you an answer. So that was number two. These are the top two things that you need to think about before even taking the next step. Now the number three, and this is really tied to number one and number two. Will you be happy after immigrating to a new country? This question will make you think through the number one question and the number two things. So what is your main driver? What is your main reason to immigrate? And how much are you willing to spend time and energy in doing so? And after you immigrate, are you going to be happy about it? Those are the three non-material things that I mentioned you need to answer before you spend any time and money starting the immigration process. Number four, and this is a little bit tricky. Will there be any reason in the future for you to immigrate back to your home country? The reasons could be different. It could be family reason, it could be financial reason, it could be your obligation for some ties that you may have. You may have property, you may have you may have agricultural land, or you may have a family member that will need your attention in the future. Because I have seen a lot of people who have taken incredible effort to make an immigration move to a new country, only to realize after a few years that they need to move back for a certain reason, whatever that reason may be. Number 5. Values of the country that you are planning to immigrate to. What I mean by this, is the country based on immigrants? What is the diversity? How are immigrants assimilated into the country? These are very important things to know. For example, Germany has a very long tradition and very long history. They have their own culture. When you immigrate to Germany, you have got to assimilate into their culture. Whereas US and Canada is land of immigrants. Immigrants are generally well integrated into the society. Besides, you also need to think about other factors such as racism, gun laws, whether you lean towards liberalism or conservativeness. These are the things you will not realize as important while you are immigrating, but once you do, you will quickly know that your values probably don't match to the country, and then you start questioning things. Number 6 is climate. How is the climate in the country that you are immigrating to? Say for instance, if you are immigrating to Australia, typically southern Australia is very warm throughout the year. But if you are immigrating to Canada or Nordic countries, these countries are very cold countries. I mean, there is a cold weather for the majority of the year. You will get some decent summer months. But the question is, are you willing to accept the cold weather or the warm weather relative to the country where you are coming from? So that is a thing to consider. Number 7. Family ties or bonds. Now this may come as a surprise, but this is a very important question. Think about it. Are you introvert or an extrovert? Will you be able to make new friends in a new country, in a new place where you don't know anybody? If you are a kind of person who can go and talk to people, who is open to new ideas and new culture, you will easily make friends and you will be more happy sooner. But if you are a type of person who is introvert, then you will have a difficult time coping with the new culture and you may find yourself lonely, and loneliness will affect your happiness. So this is an important point to consider as well, because you have established family ties and friends and connections, and if you are a type of introvert person who does not make friends easily, it will be hard for you in a new country. Number 8 is career aspirations. I'm talking about the people who are immigrating in their late 30s, 40s or close to 50s. If you are in this age category, you must have had your career in your home country. You must have risen to a level that you are proud of and you have done some accomplishments. Now, going into a new country, you need to establish yourself in terms of career, also in terms of your personal brand. And this may take time. What this means is you'll have to start from the bottom. Not really bottom, but you may need to start a few levels down in your career. This is where a lot of people get frustrated. So you may be a manager or a senior manager or even a general manager in a company in your home country. And when you immigrate to US, Canada or some other place, you may not find a job that is at the same level. So career transition is a very important point to consider before immigrating. Number 9. Tax obligation. As you may be aware, every country has their own tax codes and tax laws. You may want to closely examine the tax obligation in the new country as compared to the tax obligations in your current country. The taxes may be higher or lower, or there may be obligations to pay the taxes in the new country as well as in your home country. And that is typically a scenario when you immigrate to the United States. When you become a permanent resident or a green card holder or a citizen, you are obligated to worldwide taxation. This means if you have accumulated wealth outside in your home country and you are generating income through whatever ways, the US will tax you as well. So you will have to pay the taxes in the US, and you will also have to declare all your international assets, and that is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. So this is an important point to consider when you are immigrating to a new country. And last and the final one, and this is the most important one, and you want to listen to this very carefully if you are planning to immigrate in your 30s, 40s or 50s, and that is retirement saving. Now think about it. You have lived in your home country for a long time. You have probably spent 20-25 years working, and you have generated your retirement saving fund, and it would be significant amount. Now you pick up all your stuff and go to a new country. You have no savings, no nothing. You start your retirement savings from scratch. So it's as if you are starting to build your career from the retirement perspective from the beginning. It will take you more number of years to build the same amount of wealth that you could have made staying in the country since the beginning. So I was lucky when I came to the United States at the age of 22. Had I come at the age of 43, I have already lost 21 years of my working career to build my retirement savings fund. That means if you have lesser savings in your retirement plan in the new country, you'll have to work longer. Now you may ask, I already have savings in my home country, so why is this question coming up? There are two things. One, you cannot just take out your retirement savings fund from your home country and bring them to the new country. The reason is there will be a tax penalty if you withdraw the sum too early. This will be a huge cut in your retirement saving. Secondly, when you transfer that amount to the new country, you'll be losing your money in the currency transition. Say for instance, if you are coming from India, your retirement savings in India will not translate to same amount of retirement savings when you bring the money into the United States or Canada. So your best bet would be to leave it in the home country. So this is very tricky and people often do not think about this aspect when migrating to a new country. So I want to emphasize that tax obligation and retirement savings are very important things to consider when you are immigrating, especially at a later stage in your life, say in 40s or 50s. So I hope I gave you 10 important things to consider before you think about immigrating from your home country in the later stage of your life. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.